Hey, good morning. This is Bill D. And by request, I decided to go ahead and show a little bit about some of the things I have in my collection here, mostly colonial stuff. And instead of just taking a bunch of pictures, I figured I'd go ahead and give a shot of doing a little video, even though I'm not very good at doing this, but we'll see how it turns out. And I'll try to let the video do most of the talking and keep my mouth shut. Anyway, first thing I wanted to show is my main curio cabinet downstairs. It's got some of my better stuff in it. I'm not sure how much glare is going to be here or whatever, but briefly. On the top here I've got a number of whole colonial bottles, including a pewter plate. On this level I've got one of my prized possessions, my Dutch Delftware plate that I put together that came from a trash pit. Approximately 20 pieces were glued together for that. And some various cutlery, some other miscellaneous buttons and colonial finds. On the next shelf down I've got a number of my colonial silver coins. This is maybe about half of what I have here in this cabinet. Further down I have some more colonial pottery. I'm sorry for this glare. It looks like it's not going to turn out real good, but maybe you can see a little bit. Further down I've got some clay pipes and some miscellaneous stuff on this shelf. And at the bottom I have a few Indian artifacts. I don't find too many of those, but every once in a while I eyeball a point in the field. Okay, now let's move on over here to another little display I have. This stuff here is not that old. Most of these bottles are turn of the century or some are Civil War. This section down here is some of my better Civil War finds. A few Confederate buttons. I got another gold coin. You can see right there. Bunch of bullets. But as you know, I'm not really that much into Civil War, but occasionally I find stuff from that period at colonial house sites. And this stuff here is a little even newer still. Here's a pile of gold rings that I found while beach hunting in the summer. A few other modern odds and ends, and then here's a pile of silver type rings. So anyway, let's move on and go upstairs here. And there's another one of my cabinets at the top of the stairs here. Another curio. I think I can open the door here so it won't be quite so much glare. On the top shelf, some of my buckles from years ago. This doesn't include anything I've found over the last several years. And of course down here is my beloved Lord Baltimore sixpence. And right behind that is that 17th century sword basket guard that I found not too long ago. A few other miscellaneous iron artifacts, including a cool barrel lock there and the key that goes with it. And here's some more clay pipes, a few colonial bottle seals. And down below we have some Indian artifacts. On the left, mostly Indian pottery. A big jug with a bunch of pipe stems. That jug and all those pipe stems came from one pit. Down below I have a few little reproductions. And then a few more iron artifacts here at the bottom. Okay, let's move on up some more stairs to my relic room. And you can see right there in front of this display is my colonial andiron that I found last year. It's kind of cool. And this is one of my other cases here, mostly from stuff found in the county where I live. And of course there's my hammered silver coins that came from the one spot that I dug about 6-7 years ago. And all these items on the top row came from the same trash pit at the same site where the hammered coins came from. And down below I have groupings from 5 different sites that I hunted in this county over the last few years. Over here is in these bookshelves. I have some newer bottles which I may have to get rid of to make room for other things, and then all of my reference books that I use for doing research. Down here is where I keep all of my posts from the forums. I print out in color so that I'll have a record of everything. It just goes back to about 9 years now. Then I have a number of these miscellaneous Riker cases with plenty of stuff in them. Again, here's some of my reference books. Quite a few of them. A few other odds and ends. And over here on this side of the room, I've got another case that this is my most recently purchased case, and right now I have a bunch of iron artifacts down there, and the shelves above it have not been filled yet. I got to have room to put something else for the next few seasons, so I need to start working on that. Like that cool lamp, kind of resembles a black glass bottle. These are copies of all the magazines that I've had articles appear in. On the wall, this is a Civil War era map that I have attached push pins to each site that I've hunted, or at least all that I can remember. It's probably about 300 on them. I'm sure there's more that I can't remember from years ago, but this is pretty interesting. Down here on this ship's wheel table, I have some nice wooden display cases with some of my best finds from the last 4 years since I've been retired. I'll quickly just scan over each of those so you can see. That was from 2012 and 13. That's from 13-14 year. This is just from the past season, 14-15. This is from 2011 and 12. Also, this is a really cool thing that I acquired. It's a 18th century crate that cased gin bottles were shipped from England over to the colonies. So that makes a nice addition to my collection. And now I'm going to go into this closet that I had specially made when I had the house built with shelves. And each one of these boxes represents a site I've hunted. And as you can see, like I'll put one box out here. There's just one, so I've got about 125 boxes here. So it's quite a bit. That chest of drawers is also filled with stuff. So, anyway, this has been a nice little room for storage, but it's getting filled up real quick. Anyway, that's pretty much it. That's my my research area, my PC. Anyway, I hope y'all have enjoyed this little trip through the house and looking at my stuff. And this is Bill D out.